welcome back. Wouldn't you just love to fly up there, get across that tree line, and see if the elk herd is over there? Or maybe there's a big buck. Well, don't do it. I'll tell you why. The technology is great, there's no question about it. And it certainly gives you some ideas that, you could fly around and check out various haunts, get across the other side of the tree line without walking over there, without without climbing up over the next hill. Get over there in the next meadow and see what's going on. Maybe the elk herd is over there. There are some big issues. First of all is the ethical one. A lot of people really don't like it, and that's why you have a lot of states that are enacting laws right now to protect the game herd from people who would use such technology to take an unfair advantage. In other words, fair chase hunting. Apart from the laws that have already been enacted in many states and will probably be enacted in other states where they aren't already, there already are fair chase laws in most states anyways, which can encompass this sort of activity. In other words, using whatever means is at your disposal to unfairly take an advantage of a natural resource in the state, game being that natural resource. And states are, every one of the states is dedicated to protecting their game herd from overtaking. In other words, from unfairly tipping the balance and taking game. Well, that's the ethical side. The actual game laws may be very specific now regarding drones and any kind of electronic surveillance equipment which can be used to notify you. For instance, you have now cameras which you can mount on a tree, and you can just set them so they'll notify your cell phone whenever a deer comes into view. You leave your house, you run over there, and you've got your deer standing nearby ready to shoot. There's a lot of states, including the state of New Hampshire, that have laws which specifically exclude and prohibit that sort of activity. Then, even if your state does not have such game laws, I'm flying right now a FAA-controlled UAV. A UAV, in other words, a unmanned aerial vehicle, is controlled by the FAA. Now, you might say that drones which are under 250 grams do not require a Part 107 license, and that's true. But a drone is still nevertheless controlled by the FAA because I'm flying right now in FAA airspace. As soon as you get up into the air outside four walls of a building, you are in FAA airspace controlled by the FAA, and you come under their regulations. So therefore, I cannot fly up above 400 feet. I'll be in restricted airspace as soon as I do that, and prohibited airspace for a drone. I cannot fly beyond my line of sight. So in other words, I can't fly over that bunch of trees over there, which is enticing to discover game. That becomes a real issue, because if you can't see beyond that tree line over there, you're not going to be able to see beyond that tree line very easily with your drone either. So you've got to be able to keep the drone in view. So that becomes a FAA issue. And then, notably, in many of the wilderness areas in the United States, you're in some restricted airspace, which is controlled military airspace, and it could be low flying zone training airspace, where you don't want to have your drone sucked up by some A-10 that comes silently over the trees at low level and crashes because you got sucked into his engine. That's not the sort of thing you want to do. And you might say, well, gee, I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. Nobody's going to know about it, and I'm not in military airspace. I checked that out and everything. Well, you know, the FAA can still see you. They have ways of monitoring these devices. As soon as I turn that on, I'm transmitting a signal, a beacon, which can be seen by other aircraft, and it can also be seen by the FAA. There's also a black box on that aircraft, and that black box is not erasable. That black box records everything that I've ever done, so that when I'm sitting right there at that GPS point right now, and that drone now currently has 17 GPS satellites looking at it, so it's precise in its location. It knows exactly where it is, at what time of the day it was there, and whatever I do, if I go up and I hover around in different places, the FAA can check the black box on that device, and they don't even have to access it from the drone. They can check the black box on that device, and they can see exactly where that drone has been at any given time. So it's an enticing possibility, something that you might have thought that that's the sort of technology that would really, you know, that's like having a super fish finder. You know, you can really get up there and you can see everything around you. You can go. I mean, that thing. If I didn't care about the law, I can take that miles away from me, and I can go up to 1,600 feet. Well, obviously, that would give me some sort of an incredible advantage checking out the surrounds. But that's not the sort of thing I want to do. First of all, it's unethical. Secondly, I would be in violation, specific violation of New Hampshire state laws, and most states are going to have that same situation if they don't already. And most assuredly, I'd be in violation of FAA flight laws. I'm an FAA licensed Part 107 drone pilot, in other words, UAV pilot. And I've got to be very careful about what I do, because they can yank that thing in a heartbeat, and they can certainly not only take my license, but they can prosecute me for failure to maintain my legal standing with them. And I can zoom this in. I can get in a little bit closer here so you can, so we can see one another. There we go. As you can see, I've got my boat packed up, ready to put up for the winter. I've got to get a cover on that very quickly, because we've got frost this morning, serious frost. Right now it's about 28 degrees, and I don't want to go too far with that drone right now, because batteries can quit very quickly below 40 degrees. So there you have it. I hope you enjoy your hunting season this year. It's cold out here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the bell so that you are notified when I put up a new video. God bless.